Welcome to Tetrarchy Total War, a mod for Rome Remastered that divides the Romans into 4, given that the start date is now 311 AD. I have covered this mod before for the original game, but it has been ported over to the remaster by Cicero, and I have a special AI copy here, and I'm curious to see who will win. We have the Constantine Empire over here in the west. Then we have the Maxentius dynasty here. You know what? Constantine dynasty, Maxentius dynasty. In the Greek area we have Licinius, and over here is Maximus. I'll call it Maximus for easier pronunciation. So yeah, 4 different Roman empires. Who's going to come out on top? Who is going to win this civil war? I don't know. Maybe none of them. Maybe one of the barbarians might be triumphant. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And the barbarians are already on the move. The Quadi and the Marcomanni pushing into Licinius's territory here. Where is Constantine? His main army is here, pushing into northern Italy very soon. And so are the barbarians as well, the Suebian and the Alemanni tribes here. Licinius outside Verona with quite a big army. And yeah, putting it under siege. Looks like he did lose some troops though. Meanwhile, Vindelicorum did fall to the Alemanni. Not good for the Romans. The Eastern Romans of Maximus did however take a settlement from, is that the Sassanids? Yes, the Sassanid Empire. Nisibis, well done to them. Oh, and the Celts in Britain as well, pushing down south to Lindum from Eboracum. Next stop would be Londinium. And the barbarians actually pushing into Italy, besieging Mediolanum. They have to do something about this horde. Constantine, why are you just stood here doing nothing? Oh no, this is not going to be good. If the barbarians win this, I'm going to be very annoyed. I want to see a Roman faction come out on top here, and yep, I've taken Mediolanum. Licinius still has Verona under siege, but Maxentius, he's got the troops there to sort this out. Gundobad, oh what a name. Constantine was at least able to push the Celts off though, but there's another absolutely massive army on its way, pushing straight for Londinium there. They have been flanked. You've got to be careful. You don't want to get kicked out of Britain. Or maybe you do. Maybe it is better to not have to deal with these territories. Licinius did take Verona. Ooh, really not good for the Italian Romans here of Maxentius. Trying to make the comeback here. Taking Mediolanum. You've got to deal with this little horde as well though. And Licinius's empire having problems of their own. Aquincum has fallen to the Marcomanni. Do we have the Huns in this? Yes, all the way up here. Not much of a power yet. Although they do have... Okay, never mind. They do have some quite big armies dotted around. It's very scary up here in the barbarian world. Hopefully we see a big Hunnic invasion later on in the campaign. Londinium fell, the Celts did it, and that doesn't look good for Eboracum. But Maxentius was at least able to retake Mediolanum. But the Suebians, Alemanni do not care, pushing for Ravenna, which is that the capital? No, Rome is the capital. Yeah, but Eboracum now in a sticky spot, surrounded. They don't even have a port, they cannot get out. And Constantine's forces on the move against the Suebians. Constantine himself though, with his big legion is... I do not know, sadly I cannot find him. You know what the AI is like with this, it doesn't treat historical characters with respect that they deserve. He'll just be like a governor somewhere in some random city. You know what the AI is like. The Sassanid Empire, losing loads of territories there. Arbela has fallen to the Romans. Ctesiphon has fallen to the Romans. Spahan about to go as well. Yeah, these Eastern Romans of Maximus are just pushing through and taking the Romans. Lots of conquest happening in the barbarian world as well. I'm not going to cover all of this, I'm going to focus more on Rome in this one, unless someone becomes really big. And the Alemanni Suebi losing their capital. They do have a city here at least, but I believe that is under siege by Maxentius's Romans, and Licinius pushing for Mediolanum. and Ravenna at the same time. If he can take those two cities, I guess he's in an okay spot, but he has a lot of barbarians to deal with as well. So if he's going to do it, he needs to do it quick. And yeah, he's taken Ravenna. He needs Mediolanum as well. And Maximus's Romans push in again. This Roman faction is unstoppable in the east. Much better than the Eastern Roman Empire we usually get in Barbarian Invasion. Do they occupy? Does Licinius' faction? Yes, okay. I thought I saw something change on the map. It's so annoying, they all are the same shade of red. Is it the original game where the borders can be a different colour? I wish the remaster had that. Or something like it. I don't know, it needs something to separate these. These are far too similar, but yeah, well done for them hopping across there to Syracuse. That, I am sure, will be a valuable territory for them. Oh, we've got a faction destroyed. Those guys. That was one of the factions up here, I think. Yeah, they held this settlement, but they lost it to the Kingdom of Armenia. The Sassanids, down to their final settlement. Ravenna is under siege by Maxentius's Romans, and these barbarians here held out, but they've got a lot of Romans to deal with, and they have got themselves surrounded. But they might be lucky if they go hard. And Eboracum is under siege. That's probably gonna go. Yep, there we go. The Romans have been kicked out of Britain. Well, apart from that little fort there, but that doesn't really count. Carnuntum falling as well to the barbarians there, alongside Quincum. Yeah, this barbarian faction, the Goths, looking really good. And Maxentius had to pull back off of Ravenna there, possibly into the fort. Maybe he suffered a defeat. And Mediolanum under siege yet again. I think Licinius' Rome is going to take it this time. Meanwhile, Constantine having a big push into the Germanic lands here, taking Lupfordum. And what happened in Ravenna? Oh, it must have flipped back over to Maxentius, or maybe he took it. Yeah, it looks like there was a big battle here. Well done, Maxentius. Saying Maxentius all the time, it reminds me of my good old Rome RP series. Oh, look at the devastation here. Looks like I've been on a walk around with my diarrhea issues. But yeah, I miss the RP series. What day does this video go up? Ooh, yeah, I just checked my schedule there. The new RP series starts again in 2 days. Wow, interesting. Why are there so many diplomats and merchants? The Vandals are now a people in flight, apparently going hard. Is this them? Yes, there they are, right. They lost their city here to, is that the Slavs? Yeah, the Slavs there. And now they're going down south, which is going to be a big problem potentially for Licinius' Rome. Especially after losing Ravenna and failing at Mediolanum as well. He's really getting pushed back here. Oh, we've got a faction destroyed. Maybe potentially two. Yeah, the Sassanid Empire has been destroyed by Armenia and the Eastern Romans of Maximus. Are these two at peace? I don't think so. That's not usually a sign of peace. I'll have a quick look. Yep, they are allied to the Armenians there, and friendly as well with that other faction, the Arabians. But I don't think it will last. I think they are going to war. The Suebi lost their capital. Was that their final settlement? I believe it was. Yeah, so that's the Marcomanni there. Did they go horde then? A people in flight? Yes, they did. But where did they spawn? I prefer the original where it has like a little star that shows you where they are. I mean, I guess I could do that, but no, that's just horrid. Ugh. Here we are. Outside Massilia. Going back into Italy. Maxentius needs to be prepared for this, or it could cause a load of issues. Right, surely this is war. Surely it's got to be. Any moment now they're going to put these Armenian cities under siege. Right, not yet, they're waiting for now. But I think they will eventually. Licinius trying to push again for Ravenna. Constantine pushing into Italy from multiple different angles with a horde of his own. And this is why you don't want to lose Britain in the remaster. In the original, it's okay, but in the remaster, they can cross the water a lot easier, putting him under siege there in continental Europe. And the Marcomanni Quadri tribes have also gone horde, so Licinius here will have to deal with them alongside having to deal with the Vandals. And he lost at Ravenna as well. Okay, great. Constantine going for Mediolanum. Surprisingly, the Vandals have settled. They've just taken this little city here and then gone to completely abandon it. There's no one in there. What a weird manoeuvre. And maybe Licinius has had enough of the Greek areas. He knows what's coming. He's not going to win in Italy at this point. The barbarians are on their way. He's going for Maximus, trying to get a foothold in Anatolia there, and all of Maximus's troops are stuck here in the mountains. It looks like they're going north actually for the Huns. An interesting plan, not what I would go for. I would go more for the Greek regions, and Italy is just chaos. I don't even know how to cast this, and that's a lot of Celts they have to deal with. There's no way that Roman city there is going to hold against those Celts. Starves out in 2 turns as well. Starves out this turn now, surely. Surely the Celts take this. The Romans are not going to hold. All of their armies are pushing it into Italy, yes, the Celts got it. Ooh, that's a big move for them, and a big problem for Constantine, as he's still bogged down here in Mediolanum, stuck in the Alps. Meanwhile, Licinius, not attacking Nicomedia yet, waiting for now, but Maximus is going north, and he is attacking the Huns, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't want them to go hard. Or maybe he does, maybe he just wants to... He's thinking ahead. He knows what's happening in 100 years. He knows the hordes are going to swarm down. He's taking them out now, whilst Rome is strong. And he's gonna loop back around and become the hordes. Yeah, he's gonna invade round this way instead. I'd love to see it. It'd be funny. Licinius bringing in more troops. I like his little boat there as well. Mediolanum fell to Constantine, and the Suebians attacking Ravenna. Will they make that their new homeland? And the Celts are just expanding in all directions. Augusta Treverorum, Roto Magnus there. It's all under siege. And he's taken both of them in 1 turn, and he's still got armies to conquer more. Constantine rushing back. Yeah, you cannot allow this to happen. You've got to stop this whilst you still can, before the Celts just take everything. It's a shame really the Romano-British did not spawn. I don't know if it would have been historical at all, but something up here to, help Constantine hold back against the Celts. Well done to the Suebi, getting their new homeland in Ravenna. And I would say that's quite a good city to have. But now you need to push down south, defeat these armies and take Rome and Neapoli, etc. very quickly. Licinius, he's hopping across this way. He's going for Tarentum, of all cities. I do like his naval invasions, first with Syracuse, and now with Tarentum and Nicomedia. But is he actually going to put these cities under siege? Or does he just want to stand there outside and wait? Very confusing. Oh, those poor Huns. Now Huns, you know what it's like to be surrounded by hordes. Literally completely surrounded. I've never seen the AI do this before in a perfect square. And they took it as well. Well done, Maximus Romans. And look at the devastation they're causing against these poor civilised Huns. The Huns are about to go hard. They're gonna lose this city, and then they're down to the final one. The Suebians, they're not looking good. They're about to die. They will go hard again, but it's not going to be enough. Constantine has a load of forces here, but that means he's just given up on Gaul. Gave up on Britain, giving up on Gaul. It's not a good look for him. And he's pushing now for Licinius's Romans, but Maxentius did pull off the Suebi. Because, yeah, he don't want them to go hard. The Suebians like this are no threat, really. But if you make them go hard again, in a city the size of Ravenna, they can then go and take and sack Rome or something. Who's this arriving here? The Vandals. They've gone hard again, great. Going into Italy there. Licinius bringing even more men there. His army in Tarentum is going up north now. And the Huns are down to their final settlement. Surely they're going to go hard here. Constantine took Verona. Looking good. Well, not really. He's got the Celts to deal with. Actually, no, he's not looking good at all, really. Again, even more Celts here. Taking cities as well, they're actually expanding, and the Huns have lost their final settlement. They are going hard. Constantine now has the Vandals to deal with, and where did those Huns spawn then? Just here, but to be honest, I don't think they're going to be a threat. Maximus here can quite easily take all of them out. If he wanted to, that is, he might just let them go and cause issue in other barbarian lands. Because even if the Huns do invade Rome, it's not going to be a threat to Maximus. Why would he care? I've got to do a stream of this, by the way, someday. I'm liking the idea of 4 different Romes. The question is, which do you want to see? Constantine, Maxentius, or Maximus? I don't want to play as Licinius there, or maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I would actually. Which of the 4 do you want to see? I might, if people are really interested, but if there's a bit of a divide in the comments, I might have to do a poll before I stream it. And by the way, this is going to be a bit in the future though, maybe after Christmas. The Celts took another city here, what was it? Colonia Agrippina. Not good for Constantine. And oh no, not good for Licinius either. Sirmium has fallen to the Goths. Salona is under siege, that's gonna go as well. There's only one Roman faction doing well in this campaign, and that's Maximus's. Constantine could be doing well if he just didn't have the Celts causing issues. Salona's gone, he's pushing back to Sirmium, trying to retake it, but it's lost another city in the process. Over here, Hadrianople again, but he's trying to push back from it though. It doesn't help at this point that he's got so many men over here. Constantine trying to push into this Illyria Dacia region, but it just leaves him more open. And I think he's about, Maximus here is about to take Tanais at some point. The Huns looking really weak, only about 2 stacks left. Oh, but Maximus has another war to deal with, down south against the Arabians. You can tell Maximus is doing well though, because his turn takes about 10 times longer than everybody else's. Yeah, Tyrus here, they just snuck on through. He's got to deal with them now. You cannot trust allies in Rome Total War, even in the remaster. Serdica's under siege as well. He did take back Sirmium, but he's going to lose it. These Goths are rampaging through. And ooh, interesting turn of events there in Dacia. So he retook Hadrianople. A lot of sieges going on here. Literally everything seems to be under siege. But he did push through somehow and took Apulum here. Going on the offensive now. This is sort of what he needs to do really. Go on the offensive. Take the fight to their people. Their land and their blood. But everyone's suddenly lifted. Oh no, I've died! I'm assuming there's a ceasefire in there. Yeah, right, ceasefire for now then. Yeah, things got a little too sticky, so we just need to stabilise the borders and the armies. By the way, I'm up here. If I load into my family tree, who do we have? Yeah, so the modder here made a MELKOR faction to allow me to spectate. This faction cannot die. We've got Theodocles the Stupid, we've got Akhat here, we've got Bomilcar, and Publius Maxentius as well, I guess. We've got Theodocles the Great as well. I think the game actually spawned him in. I don't think this was the mod designer at all. And they're all of Yorkshire and everything. Which I thought was cool there. I just wanted to quickly show that off. But yeah, that explains why I died, basically. Oh, and the Arab faction here, taking Ctesiphon and Gundeshapur from Maximus's Rome. Ooh, Maximus really needs to get some men down here to deal with this. And struggling with rebellions as well. Oh, that's not good for him. Too many armies up north. He invested too much into the defeat of the Huns. He could take settlements out of this. It could work for him. But he's losing too much very valuable cities in the process. And the borders right now for Constantine looking so weird. So unfortunate the Celts had to invade, otherwise he would be in a strong position. And the Celts still invading so many armies, pushing for Lugdunum now. And the Goths again pushing again for Licinius. Oh, and Maximus's Rome. Actually everyone's Rome is falling apart. Yeah, Lugdunum is now under siege for Constantine. For Maxentius here, he just does not have the cities to do anything. Licinius lost Hadrianople again, and losing even more cities. And Maximus, who's this? So another Gothic faction has hopped across, putting Nicomedia under siege, and they're actually attacking it as well, unlike Licinius would. The Arabians in a very strong position, catching him off guard, and now the Armenians have gone to war with him, taking this settlement here, cutting off all of these armies. These guys are now all lost, as they try and figure out their way home. And Armenia about to take Cortes as well. Licinius actually blocking Maximus from bringing reinforcements. Oh, all the Romans are falling apart. We're probably going to get a barbarian victory here. And yeah, they took Cortes. I think this is a barbarian victory. I cannot see how the Romans in red are going to pull this back. Taking Antioch now, pushing for Edessa. To be honest, the Rome in the best position might actually be Maxentius right now, because his borders are at least safe, given the Suebians are not going to really do anything. It creates some form of a buffer state here for him. And Constantine, I don't even see his armies anymore. Lugdunum has fallen. Right, this is all he's got really. And the Celts just keep on coming. It's going to be a slaughter here. And Armenia taking Tosp now. They're probably about to lose it, but the Romans really having to withdraw completely here, losing everything. And Licinius, why bring troops over this way? You're not attacking with them. Keep them over here. Defend Byzantium. I was about to call it Constantinople, but it's not yet Constantinople. If anything at this point, it's going to be known as Goth-Stantinople. Serdica has fallen. It's just the Greek bit he has left now. Okay, Maximus was able to take Tosp back, but he lost Arbela and Edessa there in the same turn to the Arabians. Egypt is safe for now, and Aetolia is safe enough, I guess. Especially if Licinius doesn't do anything. He might be able to make the comeback against Armenia now that his troops are here, but these Arabians I think are just too powerful. I don't think he'll make the comeback against them. Or at least not for a very long time. Oh, Thessalonica falling now. Come on Rome, hold out. It's so sad to see the Roman Empire fall so early. And yet Thessalonica's gone. The Goths are too powerful. Oh, I can get married. Sure. Oh, now we've got a Publius the Stupid. Is that Burdigala that just fell to the Celts? I think it is. Or whatever they call it, yeah, Burdigala. And now Spain. Once a very valuable land that was safe and protected, didn't need much of a defence. Now it's under threat by the Celts. And the Celts are really making a dent in Constantine here. We're about to see a load of big battles, and the Celts came out on top. Arlate has fallen, Massilia is next, or maybe Iberia is next, and then they could get into Italy. We could be seeing Maximus's comeback here. He's taking Cortes there, pushing deeper against the Armenians, but he's going to lose a lot of men to try and achieve it. Byzantium is under siege by the Goths. At least Kornith is here and safe. He's trying to retake Thessalonica, but it's not going to work. He's not going to do it. Well, he might do it, but it's just going to fall again very soon. Disease in Nicomedia as well now. Oh, life is not good for Rome. Byzantium has fallen. Goth-Stantinople is now a thing. Oh, we took back Thessalonica, but like, what's the point? It's dead in 2 turns. And oh no. The Arabians took Tarsus. They're moving on to Caesarea. They've taken Iconium. The Celts about to push into Iberia. Possibly about to push across the bridge for Massilia. Yeah, they're pushing and they're winning their battles as well. Rome cannot stand on its own 2 feet here. I will give an honourable victory to the first faction that can take Rome. It won't be the actual victory, but it will be an honourable one. And watch now Maxentius destroy the Suebi go hard and they take Rome. Now, it's got to be taken by a normal faction, not as a horde. That is the rule. Because it's easy as a horde. Being a horde is a cheat code. It doesn't count. Yeah, the Celts, Tobacco, not good. Me English, also not good. And they took Tobacco. Is Massilia under siege? They just have to push across this final bridge here. And they've done it. Next turn they'll have it under siege and they can flood their armies through into that region. Yep, it's under siege, and I bet they'll take it in a few turns, or they might try and starve it out. Oh, look at these Goths, say poor Thessalonica. It was taken by Rome just to be sacked again. Great. Meanwhile, the Arabians did take Caesarea, and Armenia, yeah, making a pushback now. Maximus almost had it. If he could divide and conquer between Armenia and Arabia, I think it would have been okay. but it's fighting two of them at the same time that really messed him up. They've lost Nicomedia to the Arabians. They're about to lose Trapias. The Armenians pushing for that fort. They lost Alexandria as well at some point. Egypt, that's a rough one to take. And Thessalonica's gone now. Licinius, I think, is down to his 3 settlements. Wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, Licinius down to the final 3. Corinth, Crete, and Cyprus. Funny looking Cyprus, Syracuse. Which Rome is going to die first then? I bet it's going to be Licinius, although he will survive on the islands, potentially, for quite a while. It might come down to regicide, and oh my god, why have I not been covering this? I'm so sorry. The Franks landed in Britain at some point, and they're conquering all of that. I've been focusing too much on the Roman world at this point. I wish I'd been covering this. These Romans still here, by the way. He's growing a beard now. But well done to the Franks, that is impressive. We rarely see anything like that. But they are being attacked from all sides now. And that's a big major blow for the Celts. Corinth has fallen. Rest in peace, Corinth. And they sacked it as well. No. Licinius down to his final 2 cities. Maximus under siege over here. Trapezus fell. Tosp is about to go at some point. The African settlements are about to go. He'll probably live in Cyprus for a while. Oh no, Licinius, you cannot be having revolts in Crete. Arabia, a very strong faction right now. They might win this. I thought it would be between the Celts, the Goths, and the Arabians about 20 turns ago. I think the Celts are now out of that decision. Although, even if they do lose Britain, it's like, so what? If they conquer all of Rome in the process, then it is sort of worth it. What's this here? The Suebians. Oh, they lost Ravenna. That must have happened just now, I think. Yeah, people in flight, that has just happened. So they're pushing now for the Celts, which would be good for Rome overall. And the Goths are making a good push as well against the other barbarians now that they don't have to worry too much about Rome. Poor Maximus's Rome. Down to the final 3 settlements, sorry. But it's about to be 2, it's about to be 1. What faction is that? What am I looking at there in Northern Gaul? Oh, the Marcomanni. So they must have snuck on through. They've just taken this settlement from the Celts, they've settled it, and they're like, okay, this is my homeland now. That's messed up for Celts. Having to fight the Marcomanni as well. Rome has some troops down in Iberia. The Celts might be about to crumble here. Losing Dunad as well to the Franks. And Rome needs that if they're wanting to come back at all. Constantine's Rome just took Ravenna for themselves, but the Celts are entering into Italy, pushing into the German territories as well. It's just a shame about the Franks really for them. Constantine's Rome took Tetrarchy back, yeah, and the Marcomanni pushing for Burdigala. But if they still had all of Britain, I think they'd be holding out against this much better. Mediolanum has fallen to the Celts, but they've lost Burdigala and the Suebians have settled in Lugdunum. But the Celts have a new Rome. Big, strong, superpower, probably going to win it, and then everyone settles in their territory and completely messes them up. I don't think the Celts can come back from this. I think their borders are too much of a mess. But who's going to come out on top of all of that chaos? That's a big decider. And can Constantine retake Mediolanum, potentially? Nope, never mind. He lost. We have the Slavic tribes taking settlements here and there, but then losing them. And then this is this other Gothic faction here, also becoming quite the power in the east, but they're still too far to do anything. They've got to travel such a massive distance to be able to take cities. Is Tosp ever going to fall? There we go, finally. Armenia took it. And yeah, it just looks horrid right now for the Celts. I do feel sorry for them. I think they really did deserve a good campaign here. The Goths still looking good, the Arabians still looking good. Have they taken this settlement yet? No, they're not pushing for that one. I think the Arabians are sort of happy with their empire right now. Still wanting to go for Cyprus though, which is good. And the Celts trying to make a bit of a comeback here, but all they're really going to do is send the Marcomanni and the Suebians horde again. They have to be careful with this. I don't think they want to take these settlements really. Or maybe they do. It depends where the hordes spawn and where the hordes grow. Well, they've taken Lugdunum. Where are the Suebians now? No, Theodocles the Stupid. Rest in peace. Where are the Vandals? Oh, the Celts have to deal with the Vandals as well now. And the Suebians, okay, they were lucky. They spawned all the way over here. The Goths taking Duna and Bells, these northern settlements here, really hitting hard on the Slavs there. And I think we're going to see a big war between the Goths now. The two different Gothic peoples. We've got the Alemanni, not the Alemanni, the Alani. Yeah, the Alani tribes there as a horde as well. Just causing a bit of trouble. Are the Huns still alive? I'm assuming they got destroyed. Armenia pushing for the Goths. The Blue Goths. Yeah, the Huns are still alive somewhere, I just can't see any of their armies. Am I still alive? Yeah, we've got two Bomilcar the Greats, even though one's 2 years old and the other's 0 years old. I could die. I could get regicided here if I'm not careful. These two have to come of age very quickly, or I am doomed. I mean, like, before these guys die of old age, that is. That's plus about 15 years. Yeah, we should be okay. They're mostly making it into their 60s, so we should be alright. Yeah, imagine that I lose the campaign to regicide, and the Goths here pushing on this stranded Roman settlement. They'll probably take it. I don't think the Romans would want to hold out up here anymore. Yep, they took it. And the Goths just get better and better in this campaign. The Arabians could make a good push for Cyprus there, and I wonder when the war between the Arabians and the Armenians will begin. Interesting take by the Armenians, this settlement all the way up here, taking this one as well, pushing for Tanais. They could actually form a nice little empire in the top corner here, defended by the mountains. Yep, Tanais has fallen. Well done, Armenia. Ooh, and pushing even deeper into them, the Armenians looking really good. If they can take just a few more settlements, these two here, which they're about to, after taking this one, their position is going to be incredible. They could lose Tanais, it is under risk. They have to deal with the Alani hordes as well. So they're not going to be fully comfortable for a while, I don't think. And what just happened in... I think a settlement rose up for the Arabians and switched back to the Romans here. Yeah, Maximus is back in the Middle East. He's got troops here in a fort as well. He's spawned with some more armies. That was a good revolt for him. He lost Cyprus in the process. And, ooh, alright, lots of stuff is happening. No, Maximus. Yeah, I think he regicided. I just saw that Cyprus here was gone, so I'm assuming he regicided. All of his characters are now dead, which is just free territory for the Arabians. But the Arabians have taken Tosp, which means they are at war with the Armenians, pushing for Crotales as well. Just as Armenia was looking good, the Arabians come in, and they're gonna really mess them up here, I think. Same as we saw with Maximus's empire fall, we're going to see the same for Armenia. All of their troops are up north, they're going to lose all their valuable territories in the south. I'm going to say rest in peace to them now, I don't think they're coming back. Oh, Constantine making the push against the Goths, taking Salona. And the Blue Goths also making a push back against Armenia. But the Armenians pushing back against the Arabians, but it's going to be a messy war here, I think. Settlements falling from either side until both sides can get their armies in here. They took Cyprus as well, which is a good one to hold. Very valuable. Lots of trade goods there. And oh no, Celts, do you really want to do that? First of all, the Vandals have settled this settlement now, but now they've taken Bertigala. The Marcomanni, ooh! They've spawned down here in Spain. Oh, that's going to mess up Constantine. Poor guy. That is going to really mess him up. He's going to lose a lot of Iberian territories now, and that could literally be his death sentence, the end of his faction. Yep, he's lost the Illyrian settlement now. I can't believe it though. Maximus's Rome in the east, the only one that was actually doing well, was the first to die. I cannot believe it. That is ridiculous. And now the Armenians are going as well. These Arabians are just too powerful. Oh, but at least, what's it called, Maxentius's Rome was able to take Cyrene there, the rebel settlement. Crete is rebel, which means Licinius, who I think really should have died first, is down to his final city in Cyprus. Why do I keep calling it Cyprus? In Sicily. Corduba's under siege by the Marcomanni, and oh, poor Constantine's Rome, losing another settlement there. The Goths are in a strong position, which I think is fairly obvious, but now they've taken this city here, and they took another barbarian city as well. I think it was this one or something. It comes down to them versus the Arabians, I think. And he's already pushing for Verona there. Rome, oof, it's about to be on the front line of the barbarian Goths yet again. The Celts have recovered somewhat, making the push against the Goths as well. They could make the comeback again. I'd like to see it. Bye bye Corduba. Did they? Right, they occupied it. I thought they were just going to sack it. So that's now a load of money Constantine has to deal with as well. He's taken Salona back, but it's not going to hold. He's about to lose Verona, and Armenia is just falling apart. Oh, Constantine was able to take Corduba back here. He could destroy the Marcomanni. Yes, just wipe them out. If we get a faction destroyed, that's good. Maybe not then. There's a few more hordes around here. But it did lose Verona there. He's got Ravenna, Salona, and Iberia left, and then that's it. Does he even have Parma? No, doesn't have Parma. The Celts, looking really good. Looking more like the Franks, if anything, at this point, with their empire. Rome is such a mess. The entire eastern half is basically gone, I think. Wow, the west is holding out better than the east. Who would have thought? How's my family doing? Right, we've got a daughter coming. Good. Right, about 4 more turns, I think, until we get Bomilcar. So these two guys just need to survive for 4 more turns and we should be alright. Salona's now fallen to the Goths. And what is going on here? The Huns! I didn't think we'd be seeing them again with their stupid weird haircuts. Pushing for Nicomedia, I don't think we're going to win it. Licinius, you've got 2 legions right here. Do something with it. Why are they still there? Yeah, but the Huns have to be careful, because even if they do take it, they won't last long. They could wipe out the Huns here, actually, which I wouldn't mind seeing. They have the numbers to really defeat the Huns here. But it starves out in 4 turns. Licinius is not going to do anything about this. He's happy for it to fall. The Arabians are arriving. With reinforcements, they can get there next turn to destroy the Huns. But 3 turns until it starves out. Will they actually go for it? Will they save themselves? And no, the Huns have disappeared. Where did they go? I honestly cannot find them. They just disappeared into the trees somewhere. Ooh, and the Celts. Expanding against the Goths. I did not expect this. And again in Verona as well. And the Marcomanni about to take Tetrarchy now. Poor Constantine. He's having a rough time in this campaign. Should have stuck with paganism. And Verona's fallen. Oh, wait. Oh, no, sorry. Verona actually held out. The Saxons are dead. Faction destroyed. They regicided. And for Marcomanni, oh, they sacked Tetrarchy. They're pushing for the Celts. Come on, guys, we can't be about to mess up the Celts again. That's just a bit unfair. Their armies are trapped in Italy again. Well, they've come back from the dead once, the Celts. They can do it again. And the Armenians, not really doing much right now. What's the diplomacy like over here? Trading with the Armenians, but not allies. They're allies with Maxentius, interesting. And Constantine is allied to Licinius, but at war with Maxentius, yeah, that makes sense. Just a little click around the diplomacy here. Anything interesting? I'm at peace with everyone, of course. Brown Goths allied with the Blue Goths, so we're not going to see a big war among them yet, which is very beneficial for both sides, I think. And they're allied to the Franks as well, and Constantine's Rome, so their only real threat right now is the Celts, who they have a ceasefire with currently. The Franks take New Burzis, and what is this faction here? The Burgundians have spawned. Interesting, so that's going to mess up the Franks, possibly the Celts. Maybe the Goths, I don't know. They appear more interested in the Celts. Of course they do. And why is this army still up here in this fort? No governor, he sadly died. Ah well, unfortunate. And it seems the Arabians are once again going for the Armenians. Look at those troops. That's so many men. The Arabians pushing onto the Blue Goths now. And have they crashed the game with that? I know we got. That was a very long end turn there. Yeah, and they're making an even deeper push now. The Armenians here as well, trying to take Olbia, but why would you want that? You've got enough problems to deal with. Like, surely you've got enough problems. And the Slavic tribes are a horde faction trying to take this settlement from the Goths as well. The Celts pushing for Ravenna, but Rome's still holding out for now. But Constantine's Rome making the pushback for Bertigala. Oh, and the Burgundians, yeah, pushing for the Celts. Poop. And the Slavs sacked that settlement. The Armenians lost. And the Arabians are still just absolutely insane with their armies. I wonder how much these armies cost. Proof right here that AI cheats with money. And the Burgundians have settled here in Normandy. I like their orange colour here. Ooh, the Franks pushing for Ireland? I doubt they'll take it. They've got far too many troops there in the north in Scotland. What is the point? And Bertigala did fall to Constantine. We could be about to see the end of the Celts. But then again, I feel I've said that many times before. They're pushing for Verona again, and again they've pulled off. And Constantine's Rome. Alright, making the push now. Are we about to see the comeback of Constantine's Rome? The Burgundians expanding even further. And who is that there? The Vandals have Bertigala under siege. I think they are the Horde faction. The Celts have Tetrarchy under siege, but the Romans don't care, they're pushing through anyway. And the Vandals took Bertigala, so they're no longer the Horde, they have now settled. And the Huns have settled as well. How could you allow this, Arabia? How? Such a valuable settlement as well, right, the Huns are back in the game. Oh, but still, Constantine's Rome. Losing against the Vandals, but looking really good now, if they can start to retake some of these Gallic cities. And the Goths making a push as well, taking Abersis. Oh, well done, Rome. Bertigala has fallen, Massilia has fallen, and yes, I am calling this Massilia. I'm not going to budge on that, it's Massilia to me. Oh, but the Celts, pushing for Verona and Ravenna. That might actually be good for Constantine, to lose Ravenna. Then you're not focusing on too many fronts. And what's that green faction that just settled in Gothic territory? And Ravenna fell as well. Yes, we'll take him, Akat Maxentius, but only because we're desperate for family members. The green ones here are the Alani. Oh, the Alani finally have settled. How are the Huns doing? Not good. And Constantine's Rome also not doing good. Pulled back at Luftadome, under siege again, yeah. And the Huns are dead. Well, they'll go Horde, actually, I should say. But why Arabia? You could have had them gone so long ago. It's an easy Horde to defeat. They are trapped as well. Right, Arabia, go for it. You can get them out of here. One battle, and you can annihilate them completely because they'll be surrounded. And so you withdraw. And then they put it under siege. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Funny game. I'm slowly losing my mind doing these AI campaigns. And Colonia Agrippina has fallen to the Goths as well, who I think are definitely in the strongest position by far. Actually, in terms of territory maybe they are, but in terms of troops, I think it's got to be Arabia. Sicilia's under siege. Well, Constantine, it was a good pushback. It was a good run. And the Huns have retaken the settlement again, so these Arabian armies now have to come back, and they will send every single one of them back to do this, because that is just how this AI thinks. Yep, every single army will go back for this. And what are the Celts going through now? Who's taken Lugdunum? The Vandals. And the Marcomanni have sacked this city here in Normandy. We've still got the Burgundians here. Oh, the poor Celts. And they've lost Verona again as well, somehow. Theodocles Famine has died. Okay, how's our family looking? Right, we've got our 2 Bommel cars taken over. That's okay. We've got an Akat as well. We should be alright then. I'm going to go to blah blah blah. I'm going to blah blah blah. Can't speak. I am going to turn... Oh, I've said it again. I keep saying turn. Why do I keep saying turn? I am going to the year... There we go. 400 AD. I'll go to 400 AD and... Yep, then I've got some stuff to do, but I might put it in AI mode. Like, leave it running for an hour in the background. Come back and just see what's happened. Oh, the Blue Goths, they've died. Was it regicide or did they click the Horde button? Can the AI even click the Horde button? I don't know if they're smart enough to do that. And the Arabians are just taking forever with their end turn. Like, come on, hurry up. Oh, come on, are they ever going to do their turn? Blah, 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 blah. Nope, okay. This is what I mean, it takes forever at this point in the game. And they become slower as well, they take less territories. Why is it still going? You know what? I'm having to sit through this. You've got to sit through this one with me. There we go. That's your punishment. No, that's your payment for watching the video. You have to watch the end turn with me. Okay, alright. None of them have actually taken this long. I think it might have crashed. Alright, there we go. Whew. I think this is what it was calculating. A faction destroyed. Yeah, they're gone. Look at all of these armies. Or maybe it was calculating all of this. And then after all that besieging this Sonic settlement, you just give up. Absolutely ridiculous here. Yep, they're off home. Or wherever they're going. Oh, it's just so many men. Like, I feel sorry for Licinius's legions here, just having to stand here for all of eternity, dreading these Arabians passing by constantly, hoping none of them attack. Or maybe they do wish for death at this point, I don't know. I know I certainly do watching these stupid AI campaigns that take forever. The Goths took Ravenna, they're right outside Rome now, but no one's going for Rome. Oh, the Slavic tribes got destroyed, they were a Horde faction. I'm assuming the Goths took them out, and they're about to control the Alps as well. And Publius the Stupid died. Unfortunate. Luckily we've got a few more family members now. Ooh! Maxentius's Rome, not a faction we've talked about in a while. The Italian one. Has taken Egypt from the Arabians. Are they making the comeback now? Are they actually going to do it and come back against the Arabians? I don't think it will last long, because eventually these armies will get down here. Unless they're going to just keep pushing north for some reason, because for some odd reason they are trying to clump up. They're pushing for Armenia as well. Could Maxentius's Rome pull off some miracle comeback here? I really doubt it. They probably won't. I don't want to get too excited. Yeah, the Arabians are already here with some troops, but they did take this Jerusalem settlement here. The Arabians are ready for it now. They've got some armies here. Can they take it back, or will Rome start making the pushback? Oh, it's under siege. And the Romans did hold out and they're making the push. Okay. Maxentius is Rome. Well done. Armenia falling apart again. Just losing a few more settlements there. And the Goths taking, was that 3 settlements in one turn or something? Against the Franks. So they're just getting into an even stronger position. We've got about 2 or 3 turns left. Massilia going back to Constantine. Is this the Roman comeback? Both of them working together side by side. Can they do it? Even the Huns are pushing for Iconium. But their final settlement there is under siege. Can the Huns expand before they lose that city? 6 turns until that one starves out. 5 turns until that one starves out. Come on, Huns. You've got this. Ah, okay, they lost. They lost their main city. The Arabians still pushing against the Armenians. And the Huns have gone horde again. And they've even spawned with an army here on a boat, which is very weird. Hopefully that does not crash the game. Okay, good, they got off it. And this is the final turn, I think, but I'm gonna let the AI run in the background, as I've got some other stuff to do. And Rome sadly hasn't taken... Oh, they did take this settlement though. Yathrib or something. Yathrib. But the city of Rome itself has held out. I'm gonna quickly check the stats then. Okay, so I want the Goths in here. I want the Celts in here. I want the Arabian kingdoms, and we'll have to put the Romans in this as well. Just because of how they started. So yeah, Rome were dominant at first, but now, who is in the lead overall? It looks like it is the Arabian tribes, but we decide this by territory. Ooh, do either of these have any vassals? No. Okay, so that's overall. The Arabians win with military, but I think that's obvious. Although they are losing a lot of men, and the Ostrogoths are going up. Production and territory. Territory goes to the Goths in first place with about 33, 34 settlements. Then the Arabians, and then is that Maxentius's Rome? Yeah, Maxentius's Rome, then Constantine's Rome, and the Celts, sadly, fully going downhill now. And then population. Oh, finances, then population. Who leads population? Again, the Goths. Okay, I'm happy to give the real victory to the Goths here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the AI, and then I'll come back in like 30 or 40 minutes or something, and just see where the map is from there. Sadly the time-lapse feature didn't work for me there. It was slowing everything down, but I cannot believe what I'm seeing in this campaign. Constantine making the comeback here. I can't believe it, and Licinius as well, taking Thessalonica. Maxentius still holding Rome. No one's gone for Rome yet. The Suebians hopped across to Africa somehow, and that's where they've settled. Okay, very, very weird. The Goths are, I think, falling apart. The problem is the Arabians here are a stuck AI. They are glitched. There's nothing they can really do at this point. I don't think they're going to do anything in this campaign right now, which is a shame, but oh well, it happens with the AI sometimes. At this point in the game, it just sort of dies, which is why I stop. Like, as we see with the Goths, I don't think they're playing it bad. I just think they've died. I don't think they can really move their armies anymore, so it's a bit unfair. I'm going to run the AI only again. Who's taken Ravenna? Oh, the Vandals have taken Ravenna. Yeah, we'll give it some more turns, and then I'll come back and see where we are. Who has taken Verona? The Burgundians took Verona. Oh, and the Huns finally died. Rest in peace. Oh, victory conditions failed. My faction has been wiped out. No! 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 Let me put my earphones back in. So is that it then? Is that as far as we got? So I came back into the campaign to check it out. They're still playing in the background. I came into the campaign to check it out. It must have been like 3 turns after the Huns died, and then 3 turns after that. So I checked it out really at the perfect time there. Can I use console commands? Yes, okay. Ooh, how do I do this? Control. Right, who do I control? I don't know. I don't know the faction names. I don't know if it keeps the original names in the code, or what. Let's say, I think the Celts are still alive. Right, maybe not. Celt. What about without the underscore? Alright, we are now the Celts, and now we turn off AI mode. Oh, okay, so somehow I've come back from the dead here. I've switched faction to play as the Celts. We just have to auto-resolve it. It's what the AI would have done. And, okay, now we're officially defeated. Okay, there's no way to see the map then. Ah well, anyway, this was a fun AI campaign, I enjoyed it. Well done to Constantine's Rome for making the comeback, but I did sadly die. There's nothing I can do about that at this point, it's just tough luck. And because it's been running in the background as well, it's deleted my past auto-saves as well, I'm sure. But anyway, well done to the Goths there for getting the win, well done to the Arabian Kingdom for coming second, and I think I've got to give third to Constantine's Rome for making the comeback there at the end, although it was against a dead AI, so I don't know if it really counts. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Mod linked down below. Remember to run it under Barbarian Invasion, not under Rome Total War. But for now, until the next one, MELKOR.